All right, Lakeland School Community, this is your Assistant Superintendent, Mr. Novak. Today is Tuesday, April 21st, and this is your daily address. So one of the things that I was taking notice of over spring break was the fact that there's a new challenge on social media. It's called the Don't Rush Challenge, wherein you have somebody who catches a phone or something like that, and then they put their hand over something. They get dressed, and I don't know how to do editing. Clearly, my videos show that, but this is my attempt at the Don't Rush Challenge. Ready? Phone drops. Stomp you through it. So it happened. It happened. There are certain times in your life where I really feel like you need to take stock of where you currently are. I'm a 37-year-old, married, husband, father of 2 children, ages 5 and 2. And I've denigrated during this pandemic into an adult male who now has pink hair and who spends the majority of his time now doing a YouTube show with 2 fictional stuffed animals. So you can say that I've reached the peak of academic leadership. All right, so today's Tuesday, April 21st. I can't take myself seriously either, and this is your daily address number 1. We talked about it yesterday. Quarter 3 is now over. Grades are going to be finalized by your teachers by Friday, April 24th. So that's when grades are going to be finalized. I'm going to send an email to you guys and your parents to let you know that grades are now finalized in our real-time system. Number 2. As I emailed you guys over break, and we talked about very briefly yesterday, Governor Murphy made this following announcement. Our public schools are going to remain closed through at least Friday, May 15th. He consulted with the Department of Health and New Jersey Department of Education, among other key stakeholders. And he said, quote, "I know this is hard, but we are saving lives and must maintain the course." So that leads me to number 3. As I mentioned yesterday, and a further decision by the governor will be made on or before, every time I see myself I laugh, Friday, May 15th. Here's our schedule for the next 3 weeks. Ready? Go. Tuesday, April 21st, today, it's an A day. Tomorrow, Wednesday, the 22nd, is a B day. Thursday, the 23rd, is an A day. And then Friday, April 24th, that's our first Lancer Day. Monday, April 27th, B. Tuesday, April 28th, is an A day. Wednesday, April 29th, is a B day. Thursday, April 30th, is an A day. And then Friday, May 1st, can't believe we're in May already. We will be 2 weeks from now, is a Lancer Day. Now, number 5, I talked about it yesterday. I just want to get this out there into the universe again. Every Friday moving forward that we're engaging in virtual learning will now be a Lancer Friday, where no new work is going to be assigned to you. This is going to allow you to get clarification if necessary. Listen, if you're somebody who's getting lost in the digital divide from 7:30 until 2:30, your teachers, your school counselors, case managers, school psychologists, people are going to be available during that time. If you need any guidance or clarification, or you just need to get caught up on work, the Lancer days really are the days to do it. So we are, again, throwing in an extra layer of support for everybody, and those are our Lancer days. I've got a few questions about this after my daily address went live yesterday, number 6. Regarding the Lancer days, yes, here's the deal. We are taking attendance. It's not a day off. You're expected to be doing work, and here's what I mean by work. Whether it's reaching out to a teacher, whether it's reaching out to a school counselor, you don't have to check in with anybody on those days. But again, you should be checking your email addresses. You should be checking faculty pages, teacher pages. You should be checking Google Classroom. So as long as you either log on to your email, log on to a Google Classroom, log on to a or teacher page, you're fine. It's going to count as virtual attendance. You're present for that day, regardless of how long you're on there for. But you should be seeking guidance during this time, especially if you need it. Number 7, a new announcement. I'm going to read this one verbatim. I don't want to get it wrong. It's a long one. Juniors who have expressed an interest in the dual enrollment program as your senior option. Yesterday, you should have received an email from Mr. Keith Kelly that went to both parents and students about the next step to apply to one of the dual enrollment colleges, and then you'll be able to register for the course with Mr. Keith Kelly. Please email Mr. Keith Kelly directly if you have any questions or concerns, or if you didn't receive the email. We want to have the process, especially when it comes to scheduling, completed by Memorial Day. Regarding end of the year events, I want to be a little bit more specific than I was yesterday. So every Monday we have an administrative team meeting where the administrative team sits down and we have an agenda that Mr. Beatty puts together and we discuss things and we talk. One of, if not the main topic of conversations was end of the year events and how we're going to handle end of the year events and putting contingency plans in places if this happens, if this doesn't happen, if this happens, if this doesn't happen. So moral of the story is this: the conversations are happening. Dr. Finkelstein, Ms. Mazza, Mr. Beatty, Mr. Conway, Mr. Yost, all of those people who would normally be involved in these end of the year activities in this planning process, I can tell you that they are 100% already having these conversations and engaged in these conversations and things like that. So please don't feel as if we're not thinking about this. It's on the forefront of our minds. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, or anything like that, please feel free to reach out to Dr. Finkelstein, Ms. Mazza, Ms. Harmon, Mr. Beatty, Mr. Yost, or Mr. Conway. Next, on kind of a sad note, an unfortunate note, but obviously there are some events that are going to have to go by the wayside. We were contacted by the venue that is going to be supporting our junior formal this year, and they said that they don't have any plans to be reopened by the date that our junior formal was supposed to be. So at this point, our junior formal has been postponed. We can probably call it canceled indefinitely. Again, we apologize for that, but ultimately there's nothing we can do about these sorts of things. The benefit is that we are looking for alternative activities if they're virtual for our junior students. Next, Heidi Jones did this. She's a first responder herself. She did this unbelievable video. I included it in my message yesterday, or the email that I sent out. What an unbelievable tribute that she did. If you didn't get a chance to watch it on our YouTube page, watch it. It's phenomenal. And then this actually very much, and thank you to all those first responders and those people who are in the front lines of this. Here I am, a man with pink hair, wearing a Ric Flair shirt because I figured that I had to bring my extra swag today. I am now the jet flying, limousine riding, pink hair having assistant superintendent of the Lakeland Regional High School. But there's a motivational speaker out there. I'm going to share his message with you guys on either the Thursday or Friday this week. And one of the things that he talks about is this concept of OGG. Right? When there's adverse situations, you got to reach in the medicine cabinet and grab that OGG. And the first letter that we're going to talk about today is it's optimism. One of the things that I recommend that you guys do is we're in an adverse situation, and the first Lancer challenge that I gave to you guys was about how you deal with adverse situations. And one of the ways that I've kind of attempted to deal with this adverse situation is I've attempted to show a little bit of gratitude and looking optimistically at something that I normally wouldn't look at optimistically. So my challenge to you is this: if you're not normally by nature an optimistic person, show a little bit of optimism, because I promise you the small attitude adjustments are going to go such a long way. All right, Lakelands, this is me now. Just want everybody to know. So when I dyed my hair yesterday, my son was taking a nap, and you guys can get a good look at it. It got on my forehead like I didn't want it to do, so I dyed my hair yesterday, whatever. My daughter finds it hilarious. My wife is embarrassed by me on like a good day, so whatever. My son was taking a nap. He woke up, he's in his crib, and he's calling for me in the monitor. And I walk into his room and he starts crying because he's terrified of my pink hair. We've now convinced him that I am Poppy from Trolls 1 and Trolls 2. So there's that. All right, Lancers. Follow us on YouTube and Instagram. Miss you. See you soon.